Steve, I can't believe it. You baked fresh bread. Ooh, you baked fresh bread again.
Yes, I did, Karl. You enjoyed it so much last time.
Yeah.
I thought I'd make some more with a little artisanal twist to it, so to speak.
That aroma is absolutely intoxicating. Nothing smells as good as freshly baked bread. Oh, may I try a slice?
Absolutely, and with some butter in it.
Absolutely. A good portion, too.
There we go.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to taste this. Oh,
And bon appetit.
thank you so much. You know what? I have to run out and alert the crew that there's fresh bread on the go.
Oh, perfect, perfect,
Hey,
perfect.
everybody!
Ha ha ha! Got him again, yes.
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Yum, yum.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of One Chef One Critic. I'm Karl Wells, food critic for The Telegram.
And I'm Chef Steve Watson of Central Dairies.
Well, Steve, you fooled me.
I
You
did
fooled
indeed,
me.
didn't I?
You
Yes,
fooled
yes,
me
yes,
good.
yes.
Well, since we have this lovely artisanal bread here from our friends at Murray's, you wanted to give us a little tip today about purchasing bread.
Absolutely, Karl. If it's your favourite bread, just don't buy one, buy two. And what I normally do with it then, I would wrap it in foil because I'm going to freeze it. And I would put it into the foil like so, wrap it nice and tight, because air is the enemy. And you don't want to get that into it. And because it'll either freeze or burn or draw all the moisture out of it. So nice and tight with the foil. Then we put it into our freezer bag like so.
Okay, so you're doubling up.
And we're doubling up, indeed. But it's going to keep all that air out of it, and then you just twist it, and away we go. And that's going to keep it nice and fresh for
And
when you
I
defrost
guess
it.
trying to get as much air out of the bag as
You can do,
is a
yeah,
good
and then
idea
just pop it.
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a great idea. And thank you very much for that loaf of bread. I'm going to put that in my freezer.
I know you will do.
Okay, coming up on the program today, our special guest is Robert Chafe, author and playwright. He's also the artistic director of Artistic Fraud Theatre Company. And what are we cooking with Robert?
We've got some beautiful lamb chops, and we're going to be cooking them with some pomegranates and some port wine.
Pomegranates.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And we also have with us today Chef Jamil Hossain of NJ's Kitchen here in St. John's. And he's going to be making an absolutely scrumptious appetizer called fuska. So stay tuned for that. For a complete listing of One Chef One Critic recipes, wine lists, and more, check out our website. Let us know what you think of the show at 757-9600. And it's our very great pleasure to have Robert Chafe in the kitchen with us now. Hi, Robert.
Hi.
Great to have you.
Great to be here.
So, let's find out from Stephen what we're going to be preparing.
Absolutely, Robert. It's great to see you here. What we're going to be doing, we've got some beautiful lamb chops here, and I've marinated them with a little bit of thyme and rosemary overnight and some garlic. And we're going to be cooking them with some port wine and some pomegranates, actually.
Awesome.
And then we'll garnish it with some pomegranate seeds. And while we're cooking the lamb, Karl's going to be grilling some fresh asparagus.
Just gets better and better.
Absolutely, and some radicchio as well. So it's going to have that
Fantastic.
bittersweet taste to our
Yeah.
actual meal. So, Karl, if I can hand that over to you,
Great.
I'll give that to you on the grill.
You had to remove the elastic bands, Karl.
Oh, right. Yes, I'll try to remember that. Yeah.
On the show for 10 seconds already.
And that's it started. So,
He's directing already. So, should I put some oil on
that's
this?
why I'm just going to pass it over to you now,
okay.
Karl. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil into our pan, and that's going to reduce the flash point of it. So, there's some olive
is it
oil.
one bunch each?
One bunch each.
Bring it
I
on.
can't take him nowhere,
Bring
can I?
it
So there you
on.
go.
Okay.
And the uniqueness part about this dish, we're going to cook it with some lactose-free butter, which is something new to the market.
I was going to say, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, something new to the market, and so we're going to cook it in a little bit of lactose-free butter. So for those people who are lactose-free, of course. So I'm not going to be shy with it. We'll put 2 or 3 ounces in there. We'll get that going. So let that melt down. Maybe, Karl, if you can turn that up there at grill as well.
Okay.
That's great. And while that's going, I'm going to be seasoning the lamb chops as well.
So that's on grilling speed now.
Grilling speed now, so that's good.
You must have known I was coming. Or making
Yeah. So I'll give you the
Delicious.
tongs, and I'll get you to turn the
Sure.
butter around in there, and then I'll pop the lamb in there once it's...
So Oh, I just lost the top of my peppermill. That's okay, folks.
Can't take him nowhere, can you? You know,
I'm
you had
generously-
so much confidence and.
I'm generously spritzing the veg with salt and pepper.
He's intimidated by my butter stirring skills.
Yes,
exactly
that's
why
it.
he's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
fumbling. He's never encountered a guest that is so proficient in the kitchen.
So, Robert, where did you grow up?
I spent the first 3 years of my life in Petty Harbour, of course, at Chafe. Anyone who knows the Chafes, there's no
Oh, of
surprise to them
course.
about that.
Yes.
But then when I was 3, my family moved to the Goulds, and so I grew up in the Goulds.
Okay.
Yeah, and lived there until my early 20s, and then I.
Before it became a part of St. John's.
My first play was about that.
Okay.
Because I was an Anglican, so I was shipped out to school,
Okay.
to Bishop's College and McPherson Junior High. But of course, all my friends were townies.
Right.
So I wasn't a kid that could go out and play with my friends after school because I had to get on a bus and come home. And so my first play was actually about living in the rural divide in St. John's and there being no bus.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Of course, as soon as I graduated high school, and there was a bus all of a sudden.
So which high
Really
school was it?
hard-hitting drama, that first play. It was really topical, political.
Which school was it? The high school?
The high school was Bishop's College.
Bishop's
yeah.
College.
Yeah.
So what did they have much of an arts program at Bishop's
You know
College?
they
at
did
that
because
time?
I remember being a kid, like I grew up in kind of a working class family, like being an artist as a fantastic family, of course. My dad ran his own business, but being an artist, well, I might as well have said that I wanted to be an astronaut. It was like, who makes money? I mean, Sexton and Malone were really the only people that we knew because they were on TV. And
That's right. Yeah.
But I remember as a kid seeing the TV show Fame and thinking, man, I want to do that. I want to go to a school where I could dance on the tabletops at lunchtime and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, that never happened. But when I got in high school, I encountered a really great drama teacher, Michelle Clemens, who just kind of gave me the bug for theater. And so it kind of started to roll from then. And I guess by the time I was in my early 20s, I'd done enough theater that I was like, well, I guess I'm stuck with it now. I guess I'm going to keep doing it. But yeah.
I don't think we can underestimate the importance of having teachers who
for
can
sure.
recognize that in a student and kind of steer them in
Absolutely,
that direction.
yeah,
You know, it
absolutely.
makes a tremendous difference, doesn't
She
it?
was like, I mean,
Yeah.
I think of Michelle now. I mean, I don't think Michelle is that much older than me. Not to date Michelle, sorry, but I think she was a teacher. I remember it felt like she was fresh out of school. She was probably in that school teaching at 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
And so much energy and so much passion for what she was teaching. It was really, really great. It was infectious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just turn it down just a touch there, Karl. And what I've done here, look, I've just cut my pomegranate in quarters, and I'm taking all the seeds out. Now, this is going to be our garnish as
Oh,
well.
I was
you
going to
see.
say, because you've got the palm
I have the pomegranate.
wonderful
Yeah.
juice.
Yeah.
You sell that too?
Absolutely. No. Working on it, Karl.
Okay.
Working on it.
When I saw the pomegranate, I was really hoping you were going to have like a special chef secret to get those annoying seeds. But you don't really do.
It is what it is.
It is
Yeah,
what
it is what it
You
is.
just kinda gotta dig in.
Yeah. Just take it out.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to get these as a treat on a Saturday night. We used to get a
nice.
pin and watch TV.
I don't
used to
think I
watch Thunderbirds.
saw pomegranate till I was 30 in Newfoundland. I don't think I even saw one in real life.
They used to be very seasonal. We used to get them in the fall and things like that.
Yeah.
So please feel free to just flip them over and we'll
These?
let's have a look. See if they're nice
Okay.
and golden brown. Oh, they're turning now. Yeah.
Should I flip?
No, just one
Okay.
second. But I think these down
This
here.
is
maybe.
very good. I'm very glad you're showing me how to know when lamb is ready to turn, because I wouldn't have a clue otherwise.
Well, some people would eat it just like that.
Yeah.
True.
Yes, indeed they would.
True.
Yeah.
That person is not me, however.
So do you
But,
enjoy cooking at all? Or?
I go through periods of it. I go through periods of when I have time, when I actually have time around my house, writing time, which hasn't been the case in the last couple of years.
No.
I go through periods of really getting into cooking and when I cook, I cook. I do like appetizer, main course, dessert.
The whole gamut.
Yeah, it's kind of off the hook. But
It's a
I haven't.
production.
It's a production, exactly. Everything's always a big
It's
production.
production by Chafe.
But I haven't been that person for the last couple of years because things have been too busy and I've been touring a lot and so far too much takeout food, I'm afraid, on my...
So you've been doing a lot of travelling with the
A
show.
lot of traveling, yeah. A lot of traveling with the shows, a lot of traveling with development of work. People don't really know that when you're kind of putting together tours or putting together shows, there's actually a lot of networking and touring that you have to do across the country. to make stuff happen.
I fully understand. Yeah.
How old were you when you were bitten by the writing bug?
You know, I have an interesting story about that, Karl. When I was in grade 9, again, a teacher, we had a creative writing assignment in school. And I think it was around Remembrance Day because I wrote a piece about the war, about a soldier.
Yes.
A little short story. And shortly after that was parent-teacher interviews, and my parents went, and this teacher showed them my writing and suggested that I submit it to the Arts and Letters. And then Mom and Dad came home and they were so chuffed and they were so excited and proud, and they showed me the piece of writing that I'd done and all the stuff the teacher had said about it. And I hit the roof. I was so embarrassed. I actually went into school the next day and got angry at the teacher in person.
Really?
Grade 9. Yeah, I was so embarrassed. And but that was the kind of first time that anyone had ever. I look back at that teacher now and say thank you, Perry. I forget your last name, Perry Green. For that, but that was the first teacher I had that kind of recognized anything in me, I guess, as a writer.
Yeah.
And I started writing, I guess, in my early 20s because I really wanted to be an actor, and I was noticing there were fewer and fewer roles for me that I wanted to do. So I thought, well, I'll just write the plays and be in them.
Yeah.
And I did that for 2 plays, and about the 3rd play, I was writing plays with no part for me in them. And all of a sudden, I was a writer.
Yeah.
And so I got involved in the theater because I love the social aspect and being in a room and working with people.
right,
And all of a sudden, now I'm the guy who's alone in my office working for 8 months a year.
Yeah, well, I mean, acting. We're putting on a show.
You have a history with that too,
A
right?
little bit, yeah. I mean, it's a collaborative effort.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think, and it goes on for quite a period of time. And one of the saddest things is when the show ends.
Exactly. Post-show partum, they call
Like
it.
you're losing your family, you know.
Yeah.
It's, that part I didn't like, but
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
What we can do is just take these two out here.
These two, because they're smaller.
Yeah, they're
Over
small.
here.
Yeah, just pop it straight into the pan there, and I'm going to put some finely chopped onions in there as we deglaze the pan a little bit as well. So you can just stir them around a little bit in there. And then we're going to add our pomegranate juice and our port wine as well.
So, just getting back to your acting, you did a couple of one-man shows, right?
I did. One really early in my career that I did a show about growing up in the ghouls.
Yeah.
And the second show, one-person show I did was only about 10 years ago. I did a show called Belly Up that was kind of a formal experiment with this film behind us, and I was kind of matching the film, and it was a really kind of a formal experiment in how far you can push specificity and rigor on stage, because it was actually me matching a pre-recorded video of myself, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, and after that, I think it's probably one of the last major roles I did. And one of the things about being involved in theater, and certainly theater in Newfoundland, is that you get to work with some really, really incredible people and really incredible performers, and the more I saw those people bring my words to life, the more I realized I was not the person to bring my words to life. Leave it to the professionals, as they say.
Well, I'm just, on that note, I'm going to duck out.
Sure.
And see if we can come up with a nice wine to go with these
Fantastic
lamb chops.
idea.
Okay.
As you can see, we'll just put our port wine in there
Great.
and a little bit of
Smells
our
amazing.
pomegranate juice. And
Smells amazing.
Nice to see you again,
Hello.
Jennifer. We have lamb today. Well, it's a sautéed lamb with butter and some grilled vegetables, asparagus. So what would Pisantes and Segovia recommend we have with
Wow,
us?
sounds delicious. And I love lamb. It's one of my favorite meats.
Me too.
And it's quite aromatic meat. So we want something that actually I would like to suggest that is similar in character. And I have 3 great options. The first one is an Italian wine, quite new to the market as well, and is called Vidi Chianti, and comes from a prestigious region in Chianti called Poggi Bonzi. Great price point as well. It's $19, and this wine is light. It's no I would say medium body, but it has lots of great character, acidity, and tannins that will go fantastic with the lamb. And my second option is a beautiful wine from Bordeaux. Traditional Bordeaux blend, of course, which is Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Cabernet Franc. But this wine comes from the region of Entre-deux-Mers, and in a little village called Suzac. And it has a lot of character, lots of forest floor, herbal notes. So it will complement fantastic your dish. You know, lamb, the traditional the French love Bordeaux with their lamb.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And my last suggestion, another brand new wine to this market called Marius, from a very small producer, Baldetti, and is Sangiovese 90% and 10% Merlot. Is again fantastic, lots lots of herbal notes, red fruit, and will go fantastic with.
So that's Italian, right?
Italian. So
okay.
yeah, so I have suggested 2 Italians, 1 French.
Yeah. Can you go through the price points
Yes,
again?
this one is $19.78. The Bordeaux is about $25, great value, and the Cortona from a small producer is $30.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with the French one.
Great choice, Karl.
The Chateau Jean Guyon.
Yes.
I liked the little herbal reference there.
Absolutely.
I think herbs, lamb.
Yes, absolutely. It's a great.
Can't lose.
Absolutely, absolutely agree with you 100%. That will go fantastic.
Thank you.
Now there's our beautiful pomegranate and Newman's port sauce. We'll pour some of our sauce around the side there. A few of our fresh pomegranates for garnish, nicely picked. And let's go and see Robert and Karl in the dining room and see if there's some theatricals going on.
Okay. That smells so good. Oh my goodness.
Help yourself. And let's see how this lamb turned out.
Yeah.
I like the color of the sauce.
Yeah. There's that reduction there with the red wine, the pomegranates. Yep.
That's so good. The sharpness of the pomegranate.
Yep. Really goes through
So
it.
good, yeah, lovely. Really, really beautiful.
I'm a big fan of lamb.
Me too.
I want to ask you, Robert, about adapting Wayne Johnson's book, Colony of Unrequited Dreams, to the stage.
It's a challenge.
That sounds like a heck of a challenge.
It's not the kind of book that you read and kind of go, wow, this really needs to be a play.
NJ's Kitchen is an international restaurant in Churchill Square in St. John's, and depending on the day, you might be served Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, or even Mexican food. Jamil Hossain is the owner and chef at NJ's, and it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you
Jamil.
so much. It's my pleasure.
So, I'm really interested in what you are going to do for us today.
Today I'll be making very popular Bangladeshi street food called fuska. And I have prepared halfway. I'll just cooperate here how we serve it. So today I have these shells made out of semolina.
Semolina, okay.
Semolina, flour, little bit of oil.
They look very delicate.
Delicate, yeah.
Yes, they're very delicate. And I have that dough right here, as you can see. And you just make a tortilla out of it. It's like a flat tortilla, and you cut it with any kind of cap,
Yep.
straight
So
up.
it looks like it has seeds or something in it.
Yes, this seed's called tal makna, but that's a big, long scientific name that we can't really tell. But a tal makna, if you Google it, easily you can find.
Oh, you can
and
Google it
those
anyway.
are the seeds right there.
Right, okay.
So these goes
Almost
in there,
looks like cumin.
Cumin, yeah.
but it's not the cumin. That's a tal makna.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like
Yeah. So this one goes in that, and then we deep fry it. Once you put that small little tortillas in a fryer, it comes out like this.
Beautiful.
It's a full
yeah.
one.
Very light, yes.
And then with your fingertip, you just crack it, make it a hole, and prepare on your plate. And you have some peas pudding. You can stuff anything you like. So you have peas pudding, you have some potato,
So you just
crumbled.
mix that together,
Yeah,
okay.
and I have my 5-spice blended, and Indian 5-spice has 5 different grains. So you take those and put some of these in there, and while I'm mixing it, I'll tell what are those grains.
Yeah.
Those grains are mustard seed, and then fenugreek seed, cumin seed, black cumin seed, regular cumin seed, and
You have any fennel?
fennel
Oh, you've got
seeds,
fennel in
yeah.
there as well, okay.
And then I have some tamarind sauce that I made. This tamarind sauce also has this 5-spice blend, salt, little bit of sugar to balance the tanginess. You add these in this pudding
Already into it, okay.
into it so that it gets all together, mix.
Tamarind. Wow.
Yeah.
You can smell it now. Oh. I can just imagine the smells and the aromas in your restaurant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
So this one is already mixed. You don't have to do a whole lot because it is all gonna go inside.
Yeah.
So when I grab this shell, I fill up with that.
Oh, so you put some of the liquid
Yes.
in first.
And it holds it in there, right?
Yeah. Then I put here, and then I put some of this pudding on top. I'm not done yet.
I didn't think you were.
And then I always
Coriander.
coriander or cilantro leaves. I can chop always fresh to garnish them, and it's a good flavor too.
Yeah.
Sure
Some
is.
right here, and I have boiled egg. That's very tradition that we eat egg in everything.
Oh,
So not a whole lot.
so you're
Just
gonna,
like
gonna
these.
grate the egg.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And then some lemon zest.
Wow, you've got all kinds of flavors going here.
It's gonna explode in your mouth.
It sure
So
will.
this is it. That's the whole one piece. So what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna make few more so that all we can taste. This is called fuska, and people can kill each other over there for this.
So, and again, this is street food. There'll be
Yes.
carts just down the streets.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Now, this is probably not something that you do at the restaurant, is it?
I have a plan to start this appetizer sale because I got lots of requests so far.
Oh, okay.
So soon or
all
later.
the streams and
Yes.
everything
Yeah.
else, you know, that's great.
Yeah.
So you can use chickpeas, you can use green peas, any kind of peas with a bit of potato.
Yep. Now, your restaurant is halal, right?
Yes.
So, can you just briefly explain what halal means?
Halal means the way we slaughter. We means Muslim people slaughter with some blazing, and the way we cannot take the head off. It has to be there and naturally bleed through.
You want to have a sample, Karl, or do you want?
Well, I'll do a quick sample.
Absolutely.
I've got to put it all in my mouth.
You gotta put all in your mouth.
Well,
It's a messy. It's like your burger.
yeah.
Burger goes
Because-
messy.
Yeah.
Better mess get.
Well, that was really good. I've
Thank
gotta
you
say,
so much.
Amazing. And thank you so much for being on
Thank
the
you
program.
so much. It's my
That's
pleasure.
it for this edition of
One chef, one critic. I didn't know what you were going to do.
I thought you were going to forget it.